Assuming that you're searching for hex cost expectations estimate for 2024, 2025, 2030 and need to know where the cost of hex will go from now on. We will break down the past costs of hex and we'll figure out what specialists are talking about its future cost activities. If it's not too much trouble, remember that you really want to take this expectation and each and every forecast with the aim that this is just the idea of some market master experts. Also, anticipating something so wonderful is totally unimaginable. Yet, we will make an honest effort. How about we start? As per the most recent information accumulated, the ongoing cost of hex is $117 and hex is at present positioned #253 in the whole crypto biological system. The core supply of hex is 173,411 or 74,413 with a market cap of $297.5 or 24,635. In the beyond 24 hours, the crypto has been diminished by 0.6% in its ongoing worth. Assuming we analyze the ongoing business sector cap of the hex with yesterday's, you can see that the market cap is likewise down. Hex is confronting a tough time jumping aboard with other crypto coins. The hex is down to nearly 10.27% over the most recent 7 days. The coin is as yet showing gambling with outlining fragments for recent days. The coin could serious areas of strength for however, we don't imagine that it would a beneficial resource in present moment. We foresee future hex cost expectation checks estimate by applying profound man-made brainpower helped specialized investigation on the past value information of hex. We give a valiant effort to gather most extreme verifiable information for the hex coin, which incorporate different boundaries like past cost, hex market cap, hex volume and scarcely any more. Assuming you are hoping to put resources into computerized digital forms of money and need great profit from your speculations, try to peruse our expectations. Hex value expectation synopsis. Hex is as of now valued at $117 on the lookout. Hex is expected to arrive at a most extreme cost of $37 constantly 2025. Our hex long haul gauge for 2050 recommends hex possibly running somewhere in the range of $165 and $190. The typical extended cost for hex in 2030 is supposed to be $221, with likely difference somewhere in the range of $213 and $265. Hex is determined to arrive at a typical cost of $1.25 toward the finish of 2040. Hex value forecast 2024. The cost of one hex is supposed to reach at any rate level of $21 in 2024. The hex cost can arrive at a most extreme degree of $5 with the typical cost of $22 all through 2024. Hex value forecast 2025. The cost of hex is anticipated to reach at any rate level of $931 in 2025. The hex cost can arrive at a greatest degree of $937 with the typical cost of $932 all through 2025. Hex value figure for 2026. The cost of hex is anticipated to reach at least worth of $46 in 2026. The hex cost could arrive at a most extreme worth of $0.53 with the typical exchanging cost of $247 all through 2026. Hex value forecast 2027. As per our profound specialized examination on past value information of hex, in 2027 the cost of hex is anticipated to reach at the very least degree of $0.69. The hex cost can arrive at a most extreme degree of $and with the typical exchanging cost of $71. Hex value forecast 2028. The cost of hex is anticipated to reach at any rate worth of $101 in 2028. The hex cost could arrive at a greatest worth of $119 with the typical exchanging cost of $105 all through 2028. Hex value expectation 2029. Hex cost is conjectured to arrive at a most reduced conceivable degree of $151 in 2029. According to our discoveries, the hex cost could arrive at a most extreme conceivable degree of $173 with the typical gauge cost of $155. Hex value expectation 2030. Hex cost is gauged to arrive at a most reduced conceivable degree of $213 in 2030. According to our discoveries, the hex cost could arrive at a most extreme conceivable degree of $265 with the typical figure cost of $221. Hex value conjecture to 2031. According to the conjecture and specialized examination, in 2031 the cost of hex is supposed to reach at least value worth of $298. The hex cost can arrive at a greatest value worth of $0372 with the typical worth of $09. Hex Value Forecast 2032. As per our profound specialized examination on past value information of Hex, in 2032 the cost of Hex is estimated to be at around a base worth of $436. The Hex value worth can arrive at a limit of $0.538 with the typical exchanging worth of $449 in USD. Hex Value Expectation 2033. According to the conjecture cost and specialized examination, in 2033 the cost of Hex is anticipated to reach at any rate level of $0.623. The Hex cost can arrive at a greatest degree of $0.759 with the typical exchanging cost of $0.646. Hex Value Estimate 2040. Looking at authentic execution gives setting. However, it is essential to perceive that previous presentation isn't characteristic of future outcomes. According to the figure and specialized examination, in 2040 the cost of Hex is supposed to reach at any rate value worth of $1.18. The Hex cost can arrive at a greatest value worth of $0.41 with the typical worth of $0.25. Hex Value Figure for 2050. Associations and coordinated efforts with laid-out organizations or ventures can contribute essentially to standard acknowledgement. In view of our Hex cost expectation in 2050, the base anticipated cost is $1.65 and can reach as high as $0.90 for the year 2050. It can exchange at a normal typical cost of $0.74. Hex Value Figure Facts. What will be the Hex most noteworthy estimate cost for 2024? The Hex cost is supposed to arrive at a greatest degree of $0.825 toward the finish of 2024. What is the fate of Hex? The eventual fate of Hex is profoundly subject to the general presentation of the crypto business. With regards to putting resources into Hex, you really want to ensure that you are utilizing the right technique. This kind of venture isn't appropriate for those with a hilter-kilter risk profile. Notwithstanding, still a phenomenal venture for those who have a high capacity to bear risk and a strong monetary position. Notwithstanding its theoretical nature, Hex likewise offers openness to a worldwide innovation and a steadily developing biological system. Is Hex a wise speculation? Hex's worth is supposed to keep on growing, as lack will in general energize cost rise. Kindly note, there is a gamble to any speculation. Simply put resources into what you can achieve prior to arriving at any resolutions and lead the greatest examination conceivable. What amount will Hex be worth in 2030? As far as cost, Hex has an extraordinary potential to arrive at new levels. Conjecture Hex will increment in esteem. As indicated by unambiguous specialists and business experts, Hex can raise a ruckus around town cost of $0.265 till 2030. What amount truly does Hex cost in 2025? The cost of Hex will increment as additional financial backers engage in the task. In year 2025,